the continuing story out of Ukraine. Ukraine under siege from Russian invaders in multiple cities now, and local officials say the Russians are shelling indiscriminately, hitting hospitals, hitting residential areas. Russian soldiers are also trying to take major cities like Kharkiv, but they are meeting fierce resistance from Ukrainian defense forces. Our Charlie D'Agata is in Kyiv once again, where some Russian forces now appear, in fact, they may be less than 10 miles away from the city center, too close for comfort. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning to you, Tony. Ukrainian authorities announced this morning they will once again attempt to evacuate civilians from some of the hardest hit areas, or at least try to get some humanitarian aid out to them. And as you said, that now includes suburbs around the capital itself.
On the outskirts of the capital, residents run for their lives. It's about all they have left now. Hunkering down, hiding out, and hoping the worst won't happen is no longer an option. When all the windows are blown out, when there's no other choice but to grab the baby and a single bag and brave sniper fire and explosions to get away. The snipers have taken over my house, says Valentina, a school teacher. They're shooting in the direction of my son's house, my only son. Not everyone gets away. Terrifying scenes unfolding in the neighborhoods of Irpin and Bucha, just a few miles from the capital. New satellite images of that huge convoy north of the city suggest it might finally be on the move, with troops repositioning in preparation for a possible assault or siege of the capital. That's what's happening in Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city. But Russia has paid a heavy price, with the bodies of Russian soldiers littering the ground. After 2 weeks of ferocious battle, the Russian military has been unable to take control. Ukrainian soldiers and civilians may be no match for Russian artillery and aerial bombardment. But once it comes to the ground assault, Ukrainian troops have two advantages. They're fighting on their own turf, and they're determined to defend every inch of it.
They're fighting like soldiers of 1941. Yeah, they have a lot of people, a lot of tanks, a lot of their vehicles and techniques, but we fight in our land and we protect our families, so it doesn't matter how they fight. We fight like lions and they won't win.
With multiple cities now under siege, the top priority is to again attempt the evacuation of Mariupol, where hundreds of thousands remain trapped in catastrophic conditions, with no food, water, or electricity in brutal sub-freezing temperatures.
Russia has called a meeting at the UN to discuss American military biological activities in Ukraine. The White House immediately dismissed the claim as a false flag. In an overnight address, President Volodymyr Zelensky said the allegation that Ukraine is developing chemical weapons may just indicate that Russia is planning to launch its own attack, saying, if you want to know what Russia's plans are, just look at what Russia accuses others of. Nate?
Charlie D'Agata in Kyiv, thank you.